Okay, we are back after that brief interlude. Right, so I debated doing this in either a PJ and Duncan or a Bruce Buck voice, but let's get ready to draft. We're good to go, right? I'm going to hand over to Neil because Neil's got the logins and the controls, and he's the GM. So I think what we'll probably do is let the thing spin for sort of half a dozen picks or so, stop and evaluate and keep going, certainly through the first couple of rounds. We've also got a 40-minute Zoom time constraint to work to, so, let's go. Enjoy, everyone.
Okay, right, let's go. So Aidan Hutchinson goes 1. There's no great surprise there. Malik Willis 2 quarterback goes to the Lions. Evan Neal tackle to the Texans at 3. Sauce Gardner's gone at 4. So there goes our Sauce Gardner drop-in routine. And Ikem Ekwonu, the tackle, goes to the Giants at 5. There was nobody we were likely to get there anyway.
Wild that Thibodeau and Walker have dropped though already. That's interesting.
They've both just gone. And there's a run on edges there. So Charles Cross, the tackle, goes to the Panthers at 6. Trayvon Walker goes to the Giants at 7, followed by Thibodeau to the Falcons at 8. Jermaine Johnson goes to the Seahawks at 9. And Trevor Penning, the tackle, goes to the Jets at 10.
So, I mean, as it stands, we've got our pick of the guys we want right now, right?
Yes.
I guess we're standing pat, aren't we?
Yes.
The ideal thing here is that all the wide receivers are still available. So like Garrett Wilson's been mocked to go in the top 10, like more and more recently, as has Jameson Williams, and they both don't go, which means you've got, by my reckoning, about 6-7 wide receivers that have got to go in the next 10 picks for us to have nothing to strike for when it comes to around the pick 21 range. So it's actually gone really well for us for the wide receiver front.
And I think
Garrett Wilson nearly always goes to Washington at 11.
Yeah, and it would surprise me if you have a little run here, but it's good for us that none have gone so far.
Yeah. Should we carry on a little more down to 15?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And there goes Garrett Wilson to Washington. Oops, come on more. So Garrett Wilson went 11 to Washington. Kyle Hamilton, the safety, went to the Vikings at 12. Stingley, the cornerback, went to the Texans at 13. Jordan Davis, the first of the tackles, went at 14. And Drake London has just gone at 15 to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jameson Williams has dropped well outside of the range that we've got. We've got him in the 1 to 10 range, and he's already dropped. I'm not necessarily saying go up and get him now, but look, there's some really, really good players still on the board.
So guys on the board still: Jameson Williams, Devontae Wyatt, Chris Olave, Andrew Booth, Trent McDuffie, Kalafdis. They're all first round board for us as I switch to the board for the moment.
Just to play devil's advocate, something like Jameson Williams, how confident, we should have had this conversation earlier, but how confident are we trading up that aggressively, excuse me, for a guy off an injury?
I'm not. In a two-word answer.
No. I think that's the thing. If you knew you're going to get like the best version of him, you might do it, but
it's too risky.
So we had kind of 50, I guess our trading ranges were up to 10. If we're really punchy, it's gone. 13 to 15's gone. So now we're looking at kind of a first and a third or 2 2s to get to kind of somewhere like 20.
Steelers at 20 or Patriots at 21, because that puts you in ahead of Green Bay at 22 there.
I really like the 21, depending on who's there, but I really like the 21 just because, I mean, like Charles has said today, it realistically, it's a team that might be looking to trade down. And I mean, we're 5 picks away?
Yeah.
And there's 5 good players on the board left.
Exactly. I'm happy to let 5 more players run at this point.
Okay, let's keep going then. 16, Kenny Pickett, quarterback, goes to the Saints.
I bet you Olave goes to the Chargers.
Devontae Wyatt goes to the
Ooh.
Chargers. So there's Wyatt. So there's the two our two first-round defensive tackles gone.
I'm
So
getting very excited.
you got Jameson Williams at 18 there now. And the Eagles have already taken a wide receiver, so you wouldn't have thought they'd take two. So I'm thinking the Eagles don't go wide receiver here. And they go guard Zion Johnson.
There's a big chance that Williams or Olave is there at 21, and I'd pull the trigger on either.
Okay, so let's see who goes at 19 to the Saints, who've just taken the quarterback of the future. Jameson Williams goes to the Saints.
Oh no! The Steelers. This is where the draft on the night gets really exciting, right? Are the Steelers going quarterback? I thought they liked Malik Willis. I might be wrong, but obviously he's away. So
yeah, he's gone, isn't he?
I mean, Willis and Pickett are gone. There's Desmond Ridder there, who's the second best ranked player on the board here, after Chris Olave.
So we said that I don't think the Packers are trading with us. So, and I think we're then looking at the Steelers at 21. No, you're the GM. It's up to you what you think we do here.
I think you roll the dice a pick, and then if Olave's not here at 21, I'd be up for staying. But
yeah,
this is tough because I'd really, really like Olave.
I fancy the Steelers to take Desmond Ridder.
So Olave's the guy. So let's look at the guys that are left. Right, Olave that we might take. We said we don't want a corner round one. It's fine. Linderbaum. I would take. I've said before. I'd take a first round tackle, but I don't think Linderbaum's a guy. Kenyon Green would be my guy, even though he's listed on the interior here.
I think.
Yeah. So Karlaftis at the edge. I don't think we're moving up at this point for him.
No.
We're not going for a linebacker.
Daxton Hill is on our radar, but I'm not sure I'm trading up for him. If he's still there at 29 or 30, yeah, fine.
So I think what we're
trading up for Olave.
Yeah, so I think what we're saying is at the moment it's Olave at 21 or we sit to 29.
Sit tight.
Just so everyone's aware, if this happens on draft night, I am going to be screaming at the television. Absolutely screaming at the television.
Okay, let's run the Steelers and see who they pick. Drum roll, please. They took Ridder, yes.
Right.
I'll do the deal.
So we're trading up with the team that we hate the most in the world.
So let's talk to the Patriots then. Let me move you guys out of the way there. There's the Patriots. So pick 21. Do we want to offer them 29 or 30?
30.
I think they're not taking 30. I mean, Bill Belichick is not going to take 30, right?
Okay.
He's just not, right?
So 29. So you want about 60 points. So you're probably looking at pick 93-ish, maybe a third and a seventh or something like that.
103 and 43.
Do we want to go with next year's fourth?
Yeah, I'm on board with that. Yeah. In fact, how about next year's fourth and sixth, just to make sure? Because that's your two picks you got from Miami for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Olave's your guy. It's okay. Here's my take is it's okay to overpay if it's your guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the guys we identified before the draft.
Yeah.
He's there. You just make sure you do it. Yeah.
We do that?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I think they're very likely to accept this. Yeah, the Patriots have accepted your offer. And with our first pick at number 21, we are picking Chris Olave, wide receiver from Ohio State.
At this moment, Arrowheads Abroad Towers is going ballistic.
Yep.
Brad in particular is very happy bunny.
That's a big Olave man, yeah.
I'm done now. I'm more than happy to do what you want now. Draft the defense for the rest of the draft. I'm sound.
So it just skipped on a couple of picks there. Kalafdis went to the Packers at 22. Andrew Booth went to the Cardinals at 23, and Tyler Linderbaum went at 24 to the Cowboys.
Can I just say something that I could see this happening on draft night and us drafting Kalafdis and Chris Olave going to the Packers the very next pick.
I wouldn't rule that
And
out yet.
it could very much happen.
Are we comfortable enough sticking at 30 for now? Like, there's nobody we want to trade up for between 25 and 30.
No,
I think once you've already done one move, you need to be really strong on a guy who's fallen. That guy that isn't there for me. Don't know about you guys.
No, I don't have anyone I'm desperate to trade back up for now.
Nah, not me.
Okay, so we'll let it run a couple more picks. So Dotson, the wide receiver, goes to the Bills. Devin Lloyd, linebacker, goes to the Titans, and Treylon Burks, wide receiver, goes to the Bucks. Packers take Perrion Winfrey. Oh man, he was one I would have liked.
But then, so there's an example. We had a second round grade on him, right?
Yeah, right at the top end of the second. Yeah.
So this is where it goes between value and position, right? I think at this point, 10 picks either way doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's that kind of just shows if that's your guy, then that's your guy. So we've got a trade offer.
We have a couple of trade offers. So for pick 30 and pick 50, the Jags are offering 33, 65, 106, and 157.
No.
That doesn't strike me as a great deal.
It's a load of nonsense, that is.
And then the Giants, well, what do they want? For 30 and 50, they're offering 36, 67, and 81.
So that's in the that's it? No, that's out the range that you said there's a lot of value in, isn't it? It
is.
I wouldn't want us to trade back from 50 to 69. We've got enough picks in this draft to not need to be trading back to there. I think that's a bit.
No, I
wouldn't
agree with that.
To go that way. We don't need to pick up an extra pick. Maybe if we were moving back and then moving up, I'd be more interested. But to move back and back is a bit nonsensical to me to pick up like a 4th round pick.
We decline both of those.
Yeah.
Duncan?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to. I want 2 first round players. Very happy with this.
So I keep having to move us around on the screen here. Let's get us somewhere where we're not in the way. So Trent McDuffie, a cornerback, is still on our board. Ajabo's still on our board.
So
Daxton Hill.
That's your guy, isn't it, Tom? That's when we did our first round predictor. Daxton Hill's the guy that you say is most likely.
Yeah. He's a versatile guy that I think the Chiefs could do a lot with. It wasn't really that I necessarily want him. It's a guy that I could see the Chiefs picking. So I'm not going to bang the drum for him in this scenario necessarily. I'd like to sort edge out, and we've got a 20 pick gap, I believe, from now. And looking at that, Maffei and Ajabo aren't going to be there in 20 picks.
No, and this is where on draft night it's a really frantic 2 minutes, because speaking of that, by the same token, you've got Lewis Sean, who's Neil's first round guy.
Yes, I like him.
Yeah. David Ajabo is my draft crush, but I think I'm as much as I would love to have him with us, given that we've gone wide out in the first. I think we need someone to play now.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'd look at Daxton Hill or Lewis Sean as your Honey Badger replacement. The two of them similar-ish kind of players, I think.
I guess my counter to that is, where are we going to get an edge from?
Then you're looking at the second round, you're looking at Cam Thomas, Josh Pascal, Logan Hall, Arnold Ebiketie.
I think of those names, Pascal's the one that I've liked, but is he there at 50? Because we still need edge. Edge is.
What I'd like to do is I just think Ajabo is so good. I'd probably go Ajabo and then try and get Pascal in the second round, double dip there, and then look for a cornerback as well. That'd be my thoughts. You get a guy in Ajabo that's going to be good long term, especially considering the way the Chiefs seem to be setting up their roster right now. But we'd need to go and get another one. So, like for me, if you're going to get a Ajabo, we'd need to go and get another one. It's whether you want to kind of pigeonhole yourself to edge position picks. You know what I mean?
No, this is what the GMs get paid the big bucks for, Neil.
Yeah, I think there's still depth in edge beyond the second round, and kind of back end of the third, early fourth. There's likely to be players who can help you there. So I'm not massively keen on the idea of taking two edges now. I do think we'll take two edges, but I don't think they have to be the next two picks.
So we're all blowing our own trumpets as well. Sky Moore, who was the guy I thought the Chiefs are most likely taking the first, is sitting there.
He's at 40
undrafted as well. So I mean, we're not taking him because we've already gone wide out. But
and best player available, Trent McDuffie, is in a position of need as well.
Yeah. But there's more depth at cornerback than there is at safety, I think.
I agree.
So although McDuffie is on our board as a first round talent, we are still in the first. I think there's a bigger drop off. Dax Hill or Lewis Sine, I think, make more of a difference to the defense than McDuffie would over whoever you pick up mid-second, mid-third. I'm leaning towards one of the two safeties myself here.
Yeah. On the trigger, Neil. Do it.
This could go down to you, Dunk, because Dax Hill's my guy and Lewis Seen is.
Oh well, my safety's Jalen Petrie though, so you know. This is why we've got a GM. I think Lewis Seen is Neil's guy. If that's the pick, that's the pick.
Well, he was the guy I thought the Chiefs would pick, not necessarily the guy I would pick.
Just the same as me with Dax Hill, but I think
we're going to go with Dax Hill because I think he can play a bit of cornerback as well at needs be. But ideally, you want him as your Honey Badger replacement. So we're going to draft Dax Hill at pick 30. And that is done.
Lucy goes straight. Yeah.
Seeing Maffey's away.
Can you pause it here?
McDuffie went at 31. Sine went at 32. Nakobe Dean, Boye Maffey. Jaquan Brisker's another one I like, kind of at the top of the second. And Sky Moore, Duncan, your guy, went at 36 there.
Ajabo's still there.
So we've got 15 odd picks till we go. Are we looking to trade up? I don't think there's another guy that we need to get. Is there in the next sort of 20?
I don't think
20 guys.
No.
I think Dunk, you listened to the same podcast as me today, the PFF one, and they were talking about Ebiketie actually potentially going in the first round, and he's still there, and he's going to be in striking range of us at pick 50. So he's one definitely to keep an eye on.
So the Jets have offered us pick 38 in exchange for 50 and 121.
There's no one I want like immediately, desperately. That's the only thing I'd say. I'd want.
Let's just have a look. Is it Kair Elam, cornerback, isn't on our list. Key Walker, linebacker, but I'm not keen on taking a linebacker this early. Brees Hall, do you want to go running back?
Yes.
Some people want
No.
to well Ben.
I really like Ebiketie. I wouldn't trade up for him necessarily, but if maybe the Ravens are going to pick him right, but I'd like Ebiketie if he's the guy I've got my eyes on for our next pick.
I think in the real world as well, the second round is where it's going to get trickier to trade because there's like 8 teams that aren't in the first round at all.
Mm-hmm.
So the second round is going to be a lot of jostling, I think, for guys that still need sort of day one starters. So I think that if there's a guy you want, you might just need to sharpen your elbows and take him, even if you think it's an overdraft.
I don't think there's any 38 that I'm desperate to take.
No, I'm happy to sit to 50 at this point. To be perfectly honest,
Yeah,
I'm also kind of happy to sit to 50.
okay.
Who have you guys got your eyes on for the next pick though at 50, just so we can watch as the picks go by?
Tariq Woolen, the cornerback,
Mm-hmm.
is one I like.
I would still take Petrie. I think he can come in and just be a player. He can play linebacker as well. He can fill a lot of gaps.
DeMarvin Leal or Travis Jones on the D line.
Mm.
Either of those two.
Christian Watson's a good wideout. I've said in the chat as well. I'm happy to. I want 2 wideouts from this draft as well. I think it takes the pressure off one guy. If we've got 2, all our wideouts are effectively on 1-year deals at the moment. So, we're definitely
Okay, sorry to tell you this,
guys.
Tomo, but Ebiketie went at 38 to the Jets if we turned down their trade. Watson to the Bears at 39, Kaiir Elam and Matt Corral, the quarterback, to the Seahawks at 40 and 41, and Raymond, the tackle, to the Colts at 42. There's still nobody that I'm desperate to trade up for.
No, Woolen's going to fall to us quite nicely here. 50. He's ranked like 51, is it? Yeah, he's ranked 51 and we're at 50. So if he falls to us, that'd be nice.
Sam Howell, the quarterback, went to the Falcons. Pickens, the wide receiver, went to the Browns.
Oh, nice.
Tyler Smith, the guard, went to the Ravens. Kyler Gordon, cornerback, went to the Vikings. So we're 3
wouldn't have been
picks,
there at 50.
Yeah, 3 picks away.
Pickens are like, I don't know who would have moved up for him, given that we've already taken one in the first. But Pickens is another name I really like. Listen, for me, there are good names still out there. I would sit.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Too.
As the Bears offer us 48 and 150 for 50 and 135. No, thank you. I don't think I want to do that. Oh, and they took Tariq Woolen. Washington took Woolen. The Bears took Sean Ryan, the guard. So there's the Saints. Saints are offering us 49 for 50 and a 7th. Nah. So they took Daniel Falal, the tackle.
I like him.
So
I like him too.
They're not good positions for us there. At the top of the kind of.
The top of the board, there's Key Walker, a linebacker, Brees Hall, a running back, Christian Harris, a linebacker, Kenneth Walker, a running back. We have Key Walker on our board, but I'm not comfortable taking another second round linebacker.
Nope.
DeMarvin Leal, Jalen Petrie, Travis Jones, Roger McCreary just behind them, Cam Thomas just behind them.
So we pick again at 62, right? So I guess the thing here is there anyone that we like? Is there any names that we want here? Because I think there are good players here. Petrie we've mentioned, Leal we've mentioned, Trey McBride, a tight end. There's good players there. Are we confident all of them will still be there in 12 picks? This is where I think that if we like someone, we take them, and we don't care about their rankings. My vote
like
is Jalen
Cam Thomas, edge.
Yeah, my vote would be Jalen Petrie. I think again, just versatile. I know it's double dipping, but yeah, I think we just go the player that we like the most at this position.
The other thing to consider is as well that there's a chance that the Chiefs don't extend Juan Thornhill at the end of this year, right?
Yeah.
So you can explain it away, double dipping at safety, especially if one of them can play in one of those, slot corner positions, or you can explain that away if you wanted to go there. Cam Thomas is down at 61 ranked, and we're at 50 right now. I am just a bit concerned that we haven't sorted edge at all yet.
No, that's a good point, and I might be sold. You may have sold me.
Just because I don't know who else is going to be in the range available at 62.
And who's our next edge after him?
You're looking at Josh Pascal and Logan Hall are both going to be available kind of in that 62 range. They are, if I filter edge, they're 65 and 68 on the list.
So I guess I
would imagine pick 62 would be one of the three of them.
So the risk is you pass on Cam Thomas now for someone else, and in the 12 picks, those three guys are all gone, and then we're sort of overdrafting Enoch Barry, who I think is pretty good, and I think ticks quite a few of the Spags boxes, but I don't know if we're happy to kind of again.
See, what you could do is take someone else at 50, and then if a couple of those guys go between now and kind of 58, let's say, you might look to trade up, and then it's not going to cost you much to get from 62 to 58, 59, and just make sure you get the edge you want then. I'd be happy with any of the three of Thomas, Hall, or Josh Pascal at somewhere in the region of 62.
If you're happy with that, let's go elsewhere, because Thomas is ranked 61, and while that doesn't mean anything, we're at 62. So there is the chance that he could fall anyway. I know Duncan really likes Petrie, so
I'm leaning towards DeMarvin Leal or Travis Jones here, because a defensive tackle is potentially a need.
Yeah, as we said, Jones and Nadir are 1-year deals. So we're going to, if we're not doing it this year, we're doing it next year. So if this is the guy, then
I'm tempted with Travis Jones, even though he's further down the board than DeMarvin Leal.
I'd agree. I'd go Travis Jones, just because I've heard his name mentioned a lot. And don't get me wrong, I'm by no means a defensive tackle expert. I've heard his name mentioned a lot more than DeMarvin Leal.
Okay, we go Travis Jones then.
Yeah.
The defensive tackle, Travis Jones from UConn.
I'm pretty sure the KCSN guys really like Jones as well.
Oh, interesting. So we took him at 50, and the Eagles are offering us 51 in exchange for 62 and our 3/7.
Who's there? Because I'm not against getting rid of the 7th round picks, just because I don't know the 7th round very well.
Well, then we go and get the edge guy that we were thinking, be it Thomas or.
Do that.
I'm happy with Cam Thomas.
That's what you do. It's, again, 10 places at this point is neither here nor there.
I'd agree.
I'm tempted to take this offer and go get Cam Thomas.
Yep.
I am also with that.
Okay, let's do that then. So at 51, we are drafting Cameron Thomas, edge from San Diego State. As Zoom tells me, we've got 10 minutes left.
Well, at least we got rid of the 7th rounder.
And see if anyone really drops. There goes Engelberg, 64. Oh, we've got an offer of 69 in exchange for 94 and 135. So let's go see if there's anyone that we like at this stage. There's a lot of linebackers out there. Christian Harris.
Chenal, is he the one? Chenal's the guy that's the insane athlete, right? Linebacker again.
Yes, he's 10 on the RAS scores. Yeah.
Yeah, linebacker again. Is it? We've got 2 rookies playing there, and Dorian O'Daniel. Is it? I don't know. I wouldn't say we don't need a linebacker.
What about the tackle, Petit Ferrer?
Good name. I'd personally be happy to wait and let this ride a bit. There's no one I'm crazy excited about.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, we'll carry on. Cam Taylor-Britt went at 75 there. He's always one of my favourites. So the Eagles are offering us 83 and 162.
Yeah. And our next pick is 94.
For 94 and 121. No, that doesn't strike me as a great deal. I'm inclined to decline that. Unless there's someone, let's just have a quick look.
Yeah,
Are we picking at 104?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got 10 picks, and then after we've got another 10 picks. So 2 picks in the next 20.
So you got a couple of tight ends. You got Dulcich, the tight end, is ranked in there at about now.
I mean, we've not addressed safe corner yet.
No, we need to go corner at some stage soon.
Who's left at corner?
See, there's a few in the next
Emerson's
around the 94 range. Josh Williams there, Martin Emerson. I like Martin Emerson. I take him.
Yeah, I like Martin Emerson. I think he'll drop to us as well.
I think he'd be available at 94 if he wanted to hold firm at 94.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he should be our target at 94 if he's available. I think we take him.
Let's do that.
I guess the only other question is like we spoke about, if he's the guy that we want, are we set or are we happy if he goes? We'll find something else.
Let's see if any more cornerbacks go between in the next few picks.
Yeah.
I'm going to decline that. Alontae Taylor just went cornerback. Titans are offering us 90 and 169 for 94 and 135. Just see if there's anyone. I still think Emerson's going to be there.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not necessarily bothered about that.
Although I'm just going to play devil's advocate. The Cowboys are taking Khalil Shakir, who I think I fancy at wideout as well. So I still think we need 2 wideouts. If there's anyone else we want to take at that position, then let's not rule it
out.
Okay.
Then I would maybe look at 103 and Alec Pierce as an option there.
Yeah, I'd like that.
So let's just resume the draft and pause the draft. So there we go. Martin Emerson, cornerback, Mississippi State here at 94.
The only other one I'd go is Dulcich and then wait on Emerson, but it's a risk because you're waiting another 10 picks and potentially not getting your...
Emerson's your next cornerback.
Yeah, I'd take Emerson. I think he's too big a need.
Duncan, you happy to go Emerson cornerback?
I'm happy to go Emerson cornerback.
We do that. And Sam Williams edges one I keep looking at.
I mean, we might still get the tight end, right?
We are going to hit the tight end, Dulcich.
Yeah.
Well,
you said you wanted another wide receiver. I mean, he's a weapon.
Let's not talk about the punter.
No, let's not talk about the punter now.
I watched his highlights, man. It's seriously impressive, but obviously we're not going to do that. I'd take Dulcich.
Duncan, you happy with Dulcich?
Yeah, absolutely. I think another tight end to the books. Yeah. Yep. Good play.
Okay, we're going Dulcich. And we're picking at 121 next. See who's out there, really. Maybe a tackle, Rashid Walker, if he's still there.
Running back.
Alec Pierce just went at 116 to Denver.
That's disappointing.
There's your man Walker.
Yeah, there's your man Walker. You wanted a tackle, Dunk. I'm just going to see what other picks we have left. We have 135 after this. So I would be tempted.
These guys are going Walker or Tyler Badie.
I'm going Walker because there's still plenty of running backs you would be happy to take.
Yeah.
So we'll get our backup tackle / tackle of the future, Rashid Walker. Good value there, 107 at 121. And I know Pierre Strong, running back, who Chris is a big fan of, will be guaranteed to be available at 135.
I wouldn't say no.
So we've got a defensive tackle, we've got an edge rusher, we've got a safety, and we've got a cornerback. So there's something for every level except linebacker on defense. And we've got wide receiver, tight end, and tackle. It's between a running back and a linebacker with our last pick.
I don't think it is. See, I think at this point, I'm happy to go best player available.
I really like Kobe Bryant, the cornerback. But then it's double dipping. I mean, we have only got 3.
We are sparse on cornerbacks.
But then Davis is above him as well. I'm pretty open to whatever we decide here. I'd love a running back, but I just don't think they're going to do it.
I'm going to go running back, and I'm going to go Pierre Strong because Chris is he's an ardent fan of his, and he is a difference maker potentially. So he gives us that speed that we don't have in the running back position. So, Chris, this is for you, Pierre Strong Jr.
I'm quite happy here because we've addressed both sides of the ball, which is something the Chiefs usually do. We're usually pretty split, and
that's how a pick's done by 135.
Yeah. Unless
so in Chris Olave at 21, Daxton Hill at 30, Travis Jones at 50, Cam Thomas at 51, Martin Emerson at 94, Greg Dulcich at 103, Rashid Walker at 121, and Pierre Strong Jr. at 135.
Perfect. Really, really happy with that.
I think that's a good. No, totally, because like we've hit the positions that we need, and we've hit a couple of the names that we had in mind beforehand as well.
Yes.
And drafting, there's 32 variables times however many rounds. Like it's not as easy as just saying I like that guy, and I want him, and him. You just can't do that, especially not when you get into the guts of it. I think we've done well, and I think we've what's the word, underdrafted. We've got good value. The guy, the tight end is a great player down there.
Yeah. To get at 103, that's very good.
I think we're still. Listen, it still leaves us a couple of holes to fill in potentially free agency. I still think there's a gap for an experienced edge.
I'd be on that.
But that's okay. Potentially a corner, but that's okay as well, because free agency and sort of trading's not done yet either. So
bit of experience wouldn't go miss there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is kind of a massive draft for the Chiefs in the fact of how many picks we've got, and then we've got 6 picks in the top 103, and you've addressed really important positions. You've hit a wide receiver, you've hit an edge, a cornerback. We all know who knows what Dulcich could be, but you've hit on a tight end when we need to be looking after Kelsey. Daxton Hill when you could lose Thornhill next year. That gives us
we're about to run out of time on Zoom, so I think we'll switch to cast and just finish a little summary off on cast here as we run out of time.